The following podcast has been recorded by the LIM.
From taverns across Chicagoland to St. Joe's Park in Joliet to the world of podcasting, they're upholding the good name of Chet Gunderson and letting the old styles flow. They are the lovely Intoxicated Men. And this is the Lovely Intoxicated Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 2 of the Lovely Intoxicated Podcast. And who do the Lovely Intoxicated Men have on this week? Well, let me, P-Ax, one of the hosts of the Lovely Intoxicated Podcast, break it down person by person. First of all, we have a major return. And this major return is someone who's really near and dear to my heart. My blood, my brother. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Danny.
Hi, I'm Dan.
Where did you... Is that an Undertaker bat?
Yeah, won it at a fair.
Why do you have an Undertaker bat?
Why don't you, peasant?
All right, good point. So
I gotta clean up my beer.
Did you seriously commit a party foul?
Yeah.
All right, well, you do that, and I'm going to introduce the rest of the
I'll be right
guys,
back.
okay? All right. Next, we have a man who's very, very magical, and his name is Tricky Nicky.
What's up?
Hey!
Best in the world.
What is up, my guy?
Woo! So excited.
Oh, this is going to be great. And especially even greater when we have a man who's so nice, they gave him the same letter twice. That's right. We're talking Double J.
Hello.
How are you, sir?
I'm contractually obliged to be here.
It was a very tight contract, but I am glad you are here. And
That makes one of us.
why aren't you glad that you're here?
I'm busy. I've got hot guy stuff to do this summer. This is taken away from that.
Wait, are you saying that you're having a hot Double J summer?
The hottest.
Wow.
You've heard it here first, folks.
I guess stay tuned. We got ourselves an exclusive. But next, we have my co-host, the man who, when you ask where the Gabagoul is, he says, over here. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tony Gabagoul. Mr. Tony Gabagoul. Oh my God. Really? What are you doing? Is this Halloween? All right, fine. All right, you don't want to talk? Fine. All right. Last but not least, we have the second in command, the Gilla Monster.
What do you hear? What do you say? It's Tony Gabagoul here. What is this? What is this?
You're dressed
Mr.
as Gilla Ghoul. You're dressed as rat. Oh my God, guys! We were
You like that? That was my impression of a lousy second in command pretending to be a coat rack. P-Ax, how you doing?
All right, are you guys gonna promise me that you're gonna get along?
P-Ax, how you doing?
I'm all right. I'm fine. This episode has started off great. I'm just so happy.
I got a question here. I got a question.
Hold on, Double J, hold on. P-Ax, you going to ask me how I'm doing?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Any better, I'd be lying. But listen, I've been having these crazy dreams. All right, the numbers keep appearing. 001100001. Have you guys noticed this at all? The numbers, the 001010. Anyways, these dreams, they keep appearing. So what do? I get nervous. I go over to the Nobles and Barnes over there by the mall. I go in, there's a girl behind the checkout counter, a young gal. She's got pink hair, neck tattoos out the wazoo. Kind of looks like a girl that Danny would date. No offense, Danny.
No, I'm taking. You're probably right.
But I'm more than accurate. So I asked
Same.
the young gal, I said, you got any books that could help me with these dreams I'm having? And she recommended this book. It's The Interpretations of the Dreams by Sigmund Freud. Not to be confused with the Pink Floyd. That's not an STD either. Anyways, I've been reading through it. The numbers are starting to make sense. And you know the craziest part, PX?
What's that?
Quasimodo, back in the 1800s, right? Quasimodo predicted all this shit.
No, he was the one that talked with the gargoyles.
Anyways, Double J, what were you getting at?
I wanted to address the fact that you are the co-host, right, Gabagoul?
You better believe it.
So why is that schmuck Gila Monster getting introduced both after you? You should be right after. You should be at the end. You should be part of the main event. You are the co-host of this show.
Another grievance we're going to add to the file.
Yeah, we're gonna call OSHA.
Was that the notes for the show?
I don't need it. We'll do it live.
All right, we'll do it live.
This is a hot mic episode.
This is a hot mic episode for Hot Double J Summer. Now, the reason I have you guys on here today, me and Gabagoul, is because, well, you are also members of the LIM. And we had Chet Gunderson and, Gentleman Guy, 9 months in a row, right?
Standing room only.
Standing room only, 9 months in a row. Beard of Thor, long locks of Thor, guy on Gila's shirt, Damian Saint.
Yeah, I like that guy.
And it's like that first episode is the top episode in our show's history.
Is it because it was the first one?
No,
it's number one. It's episode number one because it's number one.
Just
Most viewed
like-
episode. It's the most viewed episode. We haven't had an episode perform that well. So
Because
Yeah.
we'd never had an episode before.
So, how many views did we get on that first episode?
let me look. All right. So
You didn't
Gonna
come with
go-
that information prepared?
well,
Yeah,
I
come
didn't
on, Mr.
expect to be-
Analytics.
I
You
didn't
didn't do your research?
Come on.
I didn't expect to be interviewed.
You didn't
on my own
expect a
interview show.
question?
I didn't
Yeah,
expect
On a
you're gonna bring it up
podcast?
and expect us not ask you about it? Come on.
All right, fine. Give me
Come
a
on.
second. All
I
right,
can't be
will
the
ya?
brains of this operation, too. I went to college.
He's our leader.
I also went to college. Gabagoul
You went to
college.
Elmhurst. That ain't shit.
You're right.
Ooh.
He never had the makings of a varsity mathlete.
You know what? All
I
I'm
get it.
saying
I'm a
is
political science major.
there's one thing that I learned in college.
What's that? You went to a JUCO.
I'll cheers to that.
All right, so
I drink to that.
I am looking at the results of how well we did, and I'm going to tell you, I'm happy to say we had 185 views on Facebook. We had 79 views on YouTube. So doing the math really quickly, I would say that's 93,173 views. The numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you at Sacrifice. I agree. So,
You know what I will admit to, though?
what's that?
That kind of sounds like WWE seating numbers to me.
Well,
Ooh.
you keep explaining things to me that I stop it.
Hey, you got to respect your older brother.
Yeah, Dan, respect
Yeah,
your older
respect
brother.
me, Pat.
His
I'm
mustache
older
is
than
better
you.
than yours.
I don't know
His
what you're
mustache is better than yours.
Yeah, but he doesn't have my fucking chops.
Well, yeah, but when you
Oh.
try to grow a
Hey, hey.
beard, it's a little
You
bit
got the
here,
chops.
a little bit here.
Hey,
Let me
Hey,
let me
you know
stop
what?
right there. He just used our one fuck bomb for the whole episode.
Wait, I used it with what the fuck are you guys doing?
I can't even grow a beard.
We're only allowed one fuck bomb. What the hell is this?
You just use the fourth one.
Fuck.
Stop fucking saying fuck.
Six,
Oh, okay,
7, 8.
all right.
So I have a question, just out of the curiosity. Who does it better, me or Gabagoul with the look?
Way
Outside
to
of
bring the mood down, Gilla Monster. We were having a good time here, but then you had to start talking.
Hold on. Let's hear him out.
No.
Oh, he's all right.
You know what? I'll answer that question with a question.
Okay.
Mr. Gilla, how do you feel about yourself?
How do I feel? I feel like I'm doing a pretty decent job around here.
Okay, all right. Now, Mr. Okay, all right. I'm gonna go, Mr. Gabagoul. We're in couples therapy now, all right? We're gonna solve this shit. We're gonna figure this shit out, all right?
All right, Davison. Answer your question.
Mr. Gabagoul, where do you get your ideas?
Oh, from my people, okay? We were philosophers while all of your people were still swinging from vines in the jungle, okay? Us Italians were made different, all right?
Okay.
It's the olive oil.
Yeah.
Now, my other question for you is, how do you feel about yourself?
Oh, I feel fantastic.
Okay. So why are you projecting all this negative energy at each other? You guys seem like you're a bunch of nice guys.
He's a lousy second in command. Need I remind you all, no one heeded my warning on the Ides of March. Pac-Man was down in Boo-Foo playing with his doo-doo in the toilets down in some shit motel.
It's a Holiday Inn.
Tricky Nicky, I know you had the Magic Convention. Double J, you did back me up, so I'll give you that. Danny, you were nowhere to be found. You're probably hanging out with the girls at Hot Topic, okay? All the while, I warned you all that there was collusion and there was a mole inside the LIM, and no one heeded my warning. So that's why he's a lousy second in command.
Why are you bringing up this mole? You're bringing up this mole thing, all right? Now, last I heard, moles can't see very well. So how do you think that a mole would be able to guide us in second in command?
Listen, Blind Joe isn't second in command, so he's not the mole.
Well, then who's in second in command?
Is this guy really in LIM? He doesn't know the second in command? Hey,
dude, I've been looking for Chet for fucking months, all right?
Dude,
we found him.
Hey, we found him. I know you haven't been at the shows. I know you're not on Facebook, but we did find him. We did pay the ransom. Even like Gilla and Tony, they walked out with him. And I walked out with Tony so Chet could give him Mjolnir. Where have you been?
I'm a little hurt. All right, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm stating facts.
I'm with you, Danny. I wasn't even invited to walk out with Chet. I collected the ransom.
No one told me. I've been looking for months. I've been going to Cermak Plaza every day, thinking I would get a glimpse of Chet to bring him back home to Rocket Pro. But that makes sense why I didn't find him.
Yeah, we got him.
Oh, okay. All right.
We were in the hospital. We had to. We got him out of the hospital. Saved him from Nurse Ratched.
She was looking a little nice there, Danny. You missed out.
Yeah.
Damn. She didn't have enough tattoos
that were visible.
That's true.
I always know to spot a good tattoo underneath some clothing.
Well, before we get into the nitty gritty, I got some fan mail.
We do. Oh, we already have fan mail.
Yeah,
we have
fans. Look at us.
Look at episode 1. So, if you don't mind, Pac-Man, P-Ax, I'm gonna open up this fan mail we got. So it says,
wait. Do the Steve thing with the do.
He just
if he's gonna sing it, I'm not doing it. Okay.
All right, Gila. Just hold on. Let us have this a second. Hold on. Wait, ready? Do. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. Take it, Danny.
I wonder who it's from.
Sorry,
Well,
Gilla. We just had to get through that.
We'll find out here in a second. All right.
Wait, Gabagoul, real quickly. Is this fan mail have any sponsors?
Yes, indeed it does. This fan mail, the first piece of fan mail we have ever received, is sponsored by Tricky Nicky, our in-house magician and exterminator. If you've got rabbits that need to disappear, he's the guy for you. He can also take care of those pesky rats, mice, mosquitoes. He will make them disappear. Use the promo code now. Tricky Nicky is the GOAT, and you could take an additional 12% off your order. Now,
I'll send you the sponsorship money in the mail.
Ooh.
We need it for old style.
Damn right.
Dear LIM, congrats on your podcast, Pac-Man. Yes, your name is Pac-Man, even on this podcast, too. I have a burning question for Double J. Are you dating that hot girl with the goofy name? P.S. You guys are all still in a cult. Signed, the anonymous fan T.
Wait, are you talking about Zoe?
I don't know. It's some hot girl with a goofy name. That's all the letter said.
Wait, Pac-Man. Are you saying Zoe's hot?
So my dad is Flash Harris. And, you know, remember when Flash Harris said that...
That's not what I asked you. Answer my question.
Hold on.
No, you don't tell me to hold on. You answer my question.
Man, you sound very familiar right now. Okay, I'm getting...
Yeah.
I thought this was a different podcast, but okay.
Nope.
I'm getting yelled at on my
Double
own
J,
show.
let me counter your question with another question.
All right.
Are you dating that hot girl with the goofy name?
Zoe?
Yes.
Well, it is Hot Double J Summer.
Hot Double J Summer!
So true.
I'm just saying what we're all thinking.
Yeah.
For that, you get an additional button.
Yeah! Oh, God, is it hot in here or is it just Hot Double J Summer?
It's both.
Yes.
I don't have the air conditioning on, so it is very hot in here.
You guys have
Waiting on that sponsorship money.
Don't have a sponsorship yet.
We'll
We're
get
done.
you one. Don't worry.
We have connections.
Double J, just I think you know, certain owner of a certain wrestling promotion that could help you out with that.
Oh, this just in.
What,
This
Neckbeard
sponsor-
over at JFW?
Listen.
Hey, I know that podcast.
I just got a text. The
Uh-oh.
second sponsor of this episode. Let me read this. It's
Tough.
the Double J Pocket Bible. Take Jesus with you everywhere you go. It's hot Double J Summer, and it's best to have Jesus with you at all times. All right, there's
The
your
double
sponsor.
days.
You can't leave room for Jesus in Hot Double J Summer. That's what I'm saying. That's why it's a pocketbook.
They got to work on their writing. I'm not sold. So, we have here all of the LIM. And really quickly, I think we should talk about how this crazy group of rowdy wrestling fans came to be.
I'll start.
You can start.
So it all started when I was born.
Okay, not literally. You also muted yourself, so we can't hear it.
It all started when I was born
Okay.
and brought into this
Okay.
world.
Okay, can we zoom up to like 2020? Oh, you know what? I'll do it. So 2020, me and
I've been
Tony,
he'd been my brother for 20 years at that point.
I'm sorry.
That's true.
Yeah.
So me and Tony Gabagoul with a friend of ours who we haven't seen since the pandemic. Weird.
Been a while.
It's been a while, but we went to this little company, this little show, a wrestling show, if you will, called Rocket Pro Wrestling. It was the first show. It was Resolution, and it was a snow day, lots of snow, like the most snow. You wouldn't believe the amount of snow.
There
Believe
were
me,
mountains
mountains of snow.
Mountains of snow.
But
Hills of snow, even with all the snow, they still put on a great show. So we're like, oh man, we got to see, what happens
with this. So we didn't make the February show, but we did watch it on YouTube. And then we were back in for March for Shamrock Showdown. Gabagoul, you want anything to add to your first experience with Rocket Pro?
There was a lot of Super Dragon chants coming from our section. I don't know what that was all about, but we got to always represent this Super Dragon.
We do.
We had a hell of a time, as we do every time. And I think we were seeing unfolding right in front of our eyes this amazing company just coming into the forefront. All the talent and the production work that guy Bill Shelley puts into it. What a guy. Let's all give a round of applause for Bill Shelley.
Why all you motherfuckers golf clapping?
Sounds like my bedroom.
Oh, yeah, because of Hot Double J Summer?
Yeah.
Oh, what a dog.
Woof.
So, Gabagoul, we had a pandemic. Got everything down. But then, in the summer of June 2021, it wasn't Hot Double J Summer. It was too off. We heard the rumblings that Rocket Pro Wrestling was about to come back into our lives. So I've been talking to Danny about coming to Rocket Pro, checking out a show, talking about, the fun time that Gabagoul and I had. And Danny, why don't you tell us about your first experience at Rocket Pro?
So the first experience I had at Rocket Pro, we went to get our teeth cleaned and then pre-gamed at a German bar before the show.
We did, but we did get our teeth
after we
cleaned
got our teeth cleaned before the show.
That's right.
And then we went and pre-gamed, went home, went to the show, then drank more, and it turned into me seeing this glowing halo come down from the sky, appear from the rafters upon one man, and one man only. May I speak his name? Chet motherfucking Gunderson. And that's when I knew I was home.
But that wasn't the only thing you saw at your first Rocket Pro show.
Yeah.
There was a major return and someone who is a legend in the Joliet indie scene.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you don't remember?
Who was it?
Marche Rocket versus
Logan.
After
that match was
match,
really good. Yeah, that match was really good.
That was the last ride match. But after the last ride match, it was like Pro Wrestling Blitz came back all over again. Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Freak Show blasts on the speakers, and who comes out to stare down with Marche Rocket but the man, the icon, Grin.
Yeah. I was just really wondering, because I used to go to those Blitz shows when I was a kid. I've been wondering where Swag Master went.
AKA the Ring Master.
Yeah, Swag Master.
He was called Swag Master.
Yeah, a little known lore from that. Yeah, he was his nickname was Swag Master because he was so goddamn dapper.
He really was. He really was.
And I was really hoping to see him return too.
But then a few months later, me, you, Tony Gabagoul went to a show, Christmas Chaos 2021, and the action spilled into the crowd as Gunner Brave dove from the top turnbuckle, the ring post, into the crowd onto where some like kids sit now or whatever.
Bunch of Rocket girls.
Something like that. But a few days later, there was somebody that asked who started a "This is awesome" chant, and Gunner replied that there were some lovely intoxicated men around him that started that. And I remember I saw that comment, Dan, and I said, dude, that's got to be our name.
Yeah.
Because originally we were going to go with the New Drunk Swag crew after a fan group in Pro Wrestling Blitz that we knew, but we decided to make it anew.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
fast forward to this past season, the Rocket Rumble, and the LIM finds himself with a giant Chet head. And Chet Gunderson coming to us to say, I am Rocket Rumble. And we're like, okay, we'll let you into the match. So
yeah, he was hitting us with like a puppet nun that show too. He was like behind us going, "Hey, here you are," and then, like, hitting us with like a little.
He had the nun. He did have the nun. So
if he would have brought that into the match, I think he would have won.
That was the secret. So Chet, if you are listening, we need the puppet nun back, and that'll be your secret to success. LIM approved. So for the guys that were there at that show where we let Chet in the Rocket Rumble, what was going through your guys' head when Chet told us we were letting him into the Rocket Rumble?
Tricky Nicky was there. Let's hear it, Tricky.
Tricky Nicky.
I mean, amazed.
Breathtaking.
Incredible.
Enthralling.
We had ref shirts on.
We did have ref shirts
because
on.
we supported the refs.
You know what?
Ref. But all of that started because it was 10 in the morning in the middle of last summer. Danny was out in front of St. Joe's Park, middle of the night, chanting for Chet Gunderson. So, Dan, what was going through your mind when you were chanting for Chet at 2 a.m. at St. Joe's Park?
Well, what was going through my head was a lot of alcohol. And if I do say, I was really making sure that these people, in the neighborhoods that surround St. Joe's Park, know about Chet Gunderson. So by us chanting at 2 a.m. in the middle of the night out front there, we're making sure that his voice is known throughout, because it needs to be. It needs to be.
And I agree. But then the following month, we find out, I get a call from Chet Gunderson to say that No Coast can't stop fighting. So I want LIM to come out to the ring with me. And I was like, holy shit. Like, to be able to do a wrestling entrance with Chet, how awesome would that be? So, yeah. Danny, you were the first.
What was going through my head? I'll tell you.
Wait, hold on. I got to set it up because you were the person that walked out with me during the first ever LIM Chet entrance.
Yeah, I was.
How was that experience?
I was the most qualified.
What would you say that experience was like before the show?
It was pretty cool. I got to, walk around a little bit and everything. And if you're wondering what was going through my head, all I can explain it as is alcohol. And
Amen.
And it was cool. Got to meet the wrestlers and stuff. Everyone, it was a good show. And then we came out, and I was like, "All right, here we go." And then I gave stuff to people, and that was pretty sweet. I was like looking at people in the crowd. It was a different way. It was a different view of everything.
You know what? It's like being on the other side of the barricade.
Yeah, it's like if you were on the other side of the barricade. That's the only way I can really explain it.
It is. And it was definitely such a blast. And I'm glad we've had so many opportunities to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that match, or after that show, I get a Facebook comment from Gilla Monster on one of the LIM's posts asking if he could be a member of LIM. And I said, sure, just come find us at the next show. And he sure enough sat behind us, and we, with our pilgrim hats, it was official. It was official. I swore you went on the Chet head. We posted that video to document it. And so I ask all of you, what went through your heads when the Gila Monster joined the LIM. He's listening very carefully.
Amazed.
Thank
Well,
you.
I'm glad you asked, Pat. I used your government name for a reason here.
Okay.
That was also my first show,
It was.
and I was not asked to be a part of LIM. I wasn't even sworn in. It was a text message you sent me a few weeks after that show asking me to be a part of it. After months and months and even years of asking me to come to wrestling shows, but I never could because I lived out of the state. So then I come, I make the time, and I make the drive an hour and a half from where I live, both ways, there and back, but to get to St. Joe's Park in one trip. I come and I'm excited because I haven't seen you since high school. Tony Gabagoul welcomed me with open arms. He chatted with me the entire time. Didn't say one word to you until after the show started because you were too busy talking to some guy who I was like, he can't even complete a mustache. Look at that. Look at his beard. You see the peach fuzz on his upper lip. I got more hair on my ass than he does on his upper lip.
Are
My
you talking to me?
sister's got a better beard.
I was gonna say, are you talking about me or Gilla Monster?
No, your mustache is glorious, Danny.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. But don't interrupt me.
Wait, but I do have a surprise for you guys. I am listening. I hear you. But
No,
I
you're
have
not because you're fucking talking right now.
But I have a
7.
surprise. Hold on. I have a surprise for you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest tonight on the Lovely Intoxicated podcast. This man defeated Joey Roth and Roxy Hart at Kicks on 66. Ladies and gentlemen, this is main event. Steve Everett.
Stevie Two Belts. Stevie
Two Belts.
Hey, we know that guy.
Hello, Steve.
Hey, what up?
Hello.
Two belts.
Surprise.
Hello, gang.
How are you,
The
Steve?
gang's all here.
Look at
What
that.
the hell is
day of my
going on?
life.
Jesus Christ, how many are there?
It's
Too many.
6 of us tonight,
One too many.
but
There's a lot of people here. How's the podcast going, guys?
going great. We were just talking about Gila's induction into LIM, and it was around the same time that the Let Steve Sit movement started. So you've come at the perfect time.
I'm happy to be here, happy to be a part of historic episode number 2. And as you can see, I am sitting, and it's a good thing because I'm weighted down by all this gold.
Hold on, Steve. Let me show you my gold.
You got some gold?
I
Fillings?
do. No, not fillings. Hold on.
Okay, that's
It's,
good.
it's better than that.
Dental
All right.
health is very important.
Dental health is important. Wait, what do you got, Dan?
Look at this.
Never
Wait.
mind, Steve. The gold doesn't want to turn on.
That's okay. That's okay.
Wait, is that the electronic WWE title
Yeah.
that
That's
plays?
that's what Joey Roth's belt looked like before I gave it some respectability.
Oh,
Yeah.
treated.
Treated.
Oh. Yeah,
So-
it doesn't want to turn on.
No, I
hey.
know that feeling too well.
It comes with
Won't let
age,
the
Danny.
absence of electronics make you sad.
Well, Steve, thank you for joining us on episode 2 of the podcast.
What this did for the world.
So, I see that you have the IPW Alternative Championship
I
on
do
your shoulder
indeed.
that you defeated Russell Alltime for at the last IPW show that I was at with Double J, who's now starting Hot Double J Summer.
I shuffled his jock right off of his body with that spear. And 1, 2, 3, despite motivation, Mike, I don't know how the hell I became champion, but you know what? Sometimes things just happen.
Well, C-Red kicked him off his apron, so
He did.
he did.
Your grandpa was very kind.
We love our grandpa. Right, guys? We love Grandpa C-Red.
Absolutely.
We love that guy.
So what was this summer podcast? I was talking over it accidentally. What did I miss prior to this?
So we have here Hot Double J Summer. He just announced
Hot
it.
Double J Summer. That sounds like something. What does that mean?
What does it mean, Double J?
Yeah.
Well, it's going to get hot. It's going to get wild. I'm going to be doing a lot of things Mama won't be proud of. but stepmom will be.
Dude, I'll drink to that. I'll drink to that.
Wow, that's a whole lot of wrong, but a whole lot of right just as well.
If you don't look at it clearly,
Steve.
Steve, it's a whole lot of right.
Well, that's okay. I'd look at. I'm too old to look at things any clearly. You guys are all drunk, aren't you? Isn't that what's happening right here?
That's the point of the podcast.
You don't have to get drunk if you
Wait,
stay.
I thought it was
Like he's in
interviewing.
Hawaii.
I thought it was interviewing people and promoting Rocket Pro Wrestling.
Well, that too, but like we just get drunk on it.
We also got to talk about the sponsor of this segment.
Who's the sponsor?
The sponsor of this segment is the Steve Arent Lazy Boy. This Lazy Boy is so comfortable that even Damian Saint would let Steve sit in it. It's got 2 placeholders on the left and the right for both of your belts. Act now and save an additional 12% by typing in "Let Steve sit."
Let Steve sit. Let Steve sit. Let Steve sit.
But you know what? It's so much easier to do that chant when we're together.
It's so
And
true.
not drunk. Well, you're drunk
Yeah.
there too, aren't you?
We're drunk
And
there
we're
too.
sitting.
You know what? It's 5 o'clock somewhere, right?
It's actually 6:35.
Then I'm fine.
It's somewhere.
In Colorado, it'd be 5:30, so you're good across the
There
state.
you go.
right now.
Danny's covered.
You're fine.
So, Steve,
Yeah,
you
go
had
ahead.
a hell of a season at Rocket Pro Wrestling.
Wow. You know, it was kind of a whole kinds of wacky year at Rocket Pro. I ended up in a trunk at the start. You know, I got trunked away and thrown in a river. I got beat up, hit. I was in a battle royal.
You were.
I was sued. I was antagonized. I was intimidated. And then Joey Roth decided he was going to bite off a little more than he can chew. And lo and behold, Kicks on 66, a few things went right. A few Rocket Pro superstars came to our aid. Now let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah, I want to hear about
Isn't it kind of crazy how at the right moment, the best of the best showed up? Do you think that was an accident? Did you think Shelly and I didn't know the Idols were going to come down and do their nonsense? Did you think we weren't going to have backup? That's why the Idols are gone, because they failed to realize that Shelly and Steve, team, what is it? Team VHS, right? Voice, heart, and soul.
VHS.
Team VHS, not to
You got
be
the sign right here, Steve.
I love that sign. That's one of my favorite things. Did you think for a minute that VHS wasn't going to be ready for your shenanigans? And let the record straight that we out-idled the Idols.
Damn right you did.
So
Damn
yes, I had a great year at Rocket Pro. I don't know how next year gets much better, but I'm looking forward to it.
It's
We
gonna
can't
be
wait.
it's gonna be great to see what comes next for main event Steve. Hopefully some more matches commentating with Christian Rose.
I really enjoy working with Christian Rose on commentary. It's a joy to have a guy like that in the locker room. We're so lucky to have the people in our locker room that we have, because it really is second to none. And you can learn. I mean, Christian Rose, not only is he a gifted talent, not only is he the leader of the class. Well, I mean, there's some crazy things happen there at the end, but he's the leader of the IT group in Rocket Pro. But he's also a student of wrestling. He's a theologian, something like that. And I haven't drank anything, so that's weird. But he knows
It's a
more about
contact
wrestling.
buzz.
He's known more about wrestling than anybody I've ever met. And that's what makes him so damn talented. So, yeah, Christian Rose on commentary is a lead pipe lock.
Steve, do you think Christian Rose went too far against Bucky at the end of the strap match? Did you have a chance to watch that on YouTube yet?
I have had a chance to watch it. Do I think Christian Rose went too far? I am going to say no, I didn't. I didn't think Christian Rose went too far. Bucky cost him for months and months and months. Embarrassed, humiliated, cost him title opportunities, cost him money. At the expense of everything. When you get that kind of treatment from somebody that you've known forever, it does something to a man. And Christian Rose reached his breaking point, and what we saw at Kicks on 66 was Christian Rose snap. Now, unfortunately, the incidental contact, as I'd like to think that it was, even though the rest of the Coyotes seemed to take exception to it, I think they'll be fine. But, you know, when you push a man too far into a corner, you might get a reaction like painting your face like the Punisher. So I don't think he went too far. In fact, I'll take you one step further. I don't think he's gone far enough yet, but I think he will.
Be looking forward to that next season.
So, you know, those damn Coyotes, I mean, they went back and forth at the end of that show. There seems to be dissension, but a group where there doesn't seem to be any dissension anymore is with Shogun Chris Logan and Marche Rocket, the final level.
Well, let's just say that you, me, and everybody that comes to St. Joe's Park has seen the birth of what could end up being the greatest tag team that history has ever seen. Now, I know that is a bold statement, and I make it being very thoughtful. We've had some great tag teams over the years, both at the highest levels and on the independent scene. I want you to tell me who can beat those two men. Who is ever going to kick out of that finisher? The super kick into the M80? You're dead. You're a dead human. Everybody that has had that happen to him, they haven't gotten up for weeks. Poor Matt Creed was still concussed coming into this past show, and that happened to him a whole month before. So what I'm saying is, Marche and Shogun, as hard as they fought each other, there's a respect and kindred spiritship there. Now that they're on the same page, now that they are fighting for a common goal, now that they are looking for big things, I think you're going to see the final level pop up everywhere. Rocket Pro is only the beginning, but I think it at some point, whoever's holding the tag team titles, right now it is the Coyotes. Am I correct?
That's correct.
That is correct.
You know, Christian Rose better snap a little harder if he thinks those boys are going to go up against the final level and make it out alive. I don't think anybody makes it out alive.
I agree. That's why they call it final level. There's no getting past it.
And think about what that means.
Mm-hmm.
You all have played video games in the past. And when I make this comparison, I make it to Mike Tyson Punch-Out because that's my vintage. And you had it in Bruce Lee's film, The Game of Death. You go up level after level, fighting opponent, fighting boss after boss, and it gets harder and the stakes get higher. And by the time you get to boss level and you're at that final level where if you win the game, you are on the final level. That should tell you all you need to know. You have to fight hell or high water to get to the final level, and the final level is unbeatable. I never beat Mike Tyson.
I'd be afraid to fight him. He might bite my ear off.
I'm just saying. When Shogun hits you in the chin with that kick, and the next thing you know, Marche has got you by the head and is about to drop you on your face, that's a bad day at the office.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes. Final level, they are here. They are now. They are unbeatable, and their dominance and domination over Rocket Pro has only begun.
We'll be looking forward to seeing, what's next for them. But they are the number one contenders after winning that gauntlet on Kicks on 66, which, speaking of Kicks on 66, I want to take you back to the ending of the match that Rion was most excited about at this show. And the end of it, where Johnny Nye came out and hit Joey Roth with the belt.
This belt?
That belt, exactly.
Yes. It still has sweat and failure on it from Joey's head. Johnny Nye betraying the Idols. I've been telling you all along that the Idols were going to collapse and the collapse was going to be huge. They were systematically destroyed by their own hands all evening. And Joey has had this coming for a while. When Johnny Nye is not a member of the Idols, Johnny Nye's a fantastic wrestler. People don't realize how good Johnny Nye is because he's with a bunch of charlatans all the time and he's kept on the back burner. And that's the mistake that the idols made. That's the mistake the symbols made. So when you push a man into a corner, much like Christian Rose, something's going to give, someone's going to snap. And Johnny snapped at the right time by pushing Roxy right into Shelly, who dropped her like a bad habit, and then cracking Joey. And you know what? I'm happy that Rocket Pro has such great technical skills. The sound on the video is amazing. So if you turn up your speakers and you put on your headphones and you really immerse yourself in the shot that Nye gave him with this belt, that's my ringtone, is the concussive force of that belt squashing that idiot's face. It's therapeutic. I go to sleep with that every night. It's like ocean waves to me.
ASMR.
After the fourth kadonk, I'm asleep.
ASMR, would that be like
counting sheep?
How many times does it take Joey Roth's head getting hit by a belt for me to go to sleep? It's like a Tootsie Pop. 1, 2, 3. Done.
Steve, you looked great in the ring, and I can speak for everybody here. The pop that you and Shelly got was unreal.
I love you for
standing on our arms.
Standing on our arms?
You guys were standing on your arms?
No, the hair was standing on our arms.
Hey, you're giving me too credit. I'm not that athletic.
I can't believe you guys were doing handstands. That's crazy.
That's
happens when I'm not here.
There. I love that you said that, and I appreciate that so much. And I'll look back on this episode and I'll re-rack that about 60 times. The pop of the night was when Shelly walked through that curtain looking like the Italian Neo from The Matrix. I thought bullets were going to come flying and she was going to do some levitation shit. I was full on Matrix. I'm like, give me the red pill. Give me the damn red pill. So I was full on supporting Matrix Shelly. Now, let's be honest. You know, I'm a commentator and that's my gig, and I'm happy to do it. The rush of getting in the ring is I can't even describe it, but I know very well that crowd was there to see Shelly do what she does. So I was happy that people gave me the love, but the real love has to be for the surrogate mother of Rocket Pro Wrestling. She deserves everything she got that night. She is a spectacular human being, both in ring and out of ring. And the fact that crowd got behind that woman, not just for the work she was about to do in the ring, but for the work she does month in and month out, month in and month out. She deserves the best. And that night, you guys brought the thunder. And man, I was just happy to be standing there behind her going, this is fucking awesome.
Now, it was great. And I mean, we see all the stuff that Shelly does for Rocket Pro. Gilla and I, as ushers, we report directly to Shelly. So
she's like a drill sergeant. When she speaks, you better go, or she's gonna make you drop and give her 20. Yep.
And but no, she's seriously great to work with. And she does so much for that company. Gilla, you're looking like Tony Gabagoul still.
Mm-hmm.
He stopped looking like a coat rack for you.
I love the fact that half of you are wearing sunglasses. That makes me very happy.
Yeah, they're inside. I don't understand.
Damn
it. yeah, Gil or Gabagoul, why are you wearing sunglasses inside?
I got cataracts. Quit worrying about it.
Cataracts, okay. You're 29. You're going to be 29 in a couple weeks.
A Cadillac.
I guess, yeah, that makes sense.
He's blinded by hot Double J Summer.
Yeah. That's a lot of heat. That's a lot of heat being brought.
There's a whole lot of man here.
I felt that at IPW when you were there. It was hot, and it must have been hot Double J
Just
Summer.
Imagine me without a shirt on, Steve. I know you all do.
Yeah.
I got love, but that's I got nothing there.
you just lost a button, Steve.
Yeah.
I lost a button. That's okay. We do what we do.
So a couple of months back, you had this crazy bunch of rapscallions on the Power Hour, which
Yes.
I watched this week's episode today, and I really enjoyed the interview with Paulie and Muggsy.
You mean Paulie hijacking the episode? I just wanted him to come on and say a few nice things about Muggsy. And next thing you know, we're talking about Chikara. And Muggsy's sitting there asking questions, conducting his own interview. That thing went off the rails fast.
But it was an entertaining episode, hearing Paulie's stories and, you know, learning more about Muggsy, somebody who did make his Rocket Pro debut this year.
Yes, he
who's
did.
Also former junior heavyweight champion at IPW.
Yes.
So,
and for the family. And the fact that he's a member of the family means that at some point the family could enter Joliet. And egads.
Don't tease me. Don't tease me.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Charlie Jr. with a microphone in Joliet. The priest is he's gonna spontaneously combust.
Say two Our Fathers and
Father
three.
Tim, look away.
So, you had us on the show.
I did.
So, what went into the decision of having the fans on the Power Hour?
Well, that's the thing. And you know, a lot of the boys in the business, a lot of people that do the podcasts and wrestle, I got a lot of people saying, well, why would you do that? I think the better question is, why wouldn't you do that? Because it's all for the fans. It's all what would you be doing if the LIM wasn't sitting in there on a Saturday evening in Joliet? You would be, square dancing to an empty room. The fans are the entire thing. And, I have known that ever since I started doing this. So having you guys, especially as passionate as you are, on the Power Hour to talk about Rocket Pro is an absolute no-brainer. And it has been and still is our most viewed episode, is when last I checked the stats. You guys have created something. I can't quantify it exactly, but it's everywhere and it's wonderful. And, you guys, the fact that I get to say, hey, the LIM, they debuted on the Power Hour, that makes me look like a bit of a genius, although it was really not smart. It was just needed. It had to happen. You guys had to talk about because you guys are so loud at the shows. And then that spurred on an interview with the Rocket Boys. And, now everybody's having fans on. I mean, I understand a fan is now part of the JFW podcast. That would be you.
He is. And I will say, as a disclaimer, belated happy birthday, by the way. But the views expressed by Travis T regarding your age does not necessarily reflect Pac-Man.
Oh, Travis. He's a beautiful human, that guy. I mean, he's misunderstood. He's a bit brusque and just a bit too opinionated. But overall, I enjoy working with Travis. I do commentary with him at SCW. He's one of the good ones. He has it in for me, but, a lot of people have it in for me. So I just like the fact that he talks about me a lot.
I mean, he has it in for me, too. So
as long as they're talking about you, good or bad.
He has it in for technically all of the LIM.
Whoa, I think the Lampshade is trying to talk.
Hey, Lampshade, go ahead.
Travis T ranks me last of all the members of LIM. So
why is that? What did you do to Travis T to make that happen?
I said more than maybe 2 or 3 words to the guy.
And that's why.
You gotta say more words. Go ahead, Dan.
What was my rank?
So I don't think he realized you existed until I mentioned you were going to be on the podcast this last show.
Okay. So yeah, I've been.
And then he watched back the $3 freaking promo, and he realized, oh yeah, that's who that is.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what? I think he didn't remember me. I came up to him at one of the shows and was like, "Hey man, how you doing?" And he didn't really.
So did you explain your hat to Steve or Travis or anybody?
No, you know what? I think I explained it to a few people, but you know what? I don't think Steve has heard.
All I can see is MILF, and I'm just wondering why. I mean, I know why, but I'm just wondering why now.
No, you don't know why, actually.
I don't know why.
All right.
Educate me.
Let me educate you. All right. Are you sitting down?
You better be.
All right. Let's go blow your... Yeah, okay. So I'm a man who loves fishing, all right?
You love fishing.
I love fishing.
Casting the rod and reel.
You know, and I get to that.
Familiar
part,
with
though.
the term noodling.
Yeah, you know what? I'll get to it.
Don't
all right?
say it. That's a bad word. That's like cursing. That's George Carlin says, don't say it.
Oh, you know what? Listen, I'm a man who loves fishing, right? Sometimes I go down to my favorite spot down by the pond, right? It's my secret spot, right?
Man down by the river. I've heard this before.
Yeah. And I just cast off for hours, man, right?
Cast off.
Yeah, the wife will call the old ball and chain, but I tell her I'm on the other line.
Aren't you a little young for dad jokes?
Well, he kind of looks like a dad with the mustache.
I mean, I see what you're doing.
You know what? There might be some illegitimate children somewhere. I don't know.
Oh, boy.
Oh God, I don't want to be an uncle yet.
I don't think
Respect.
so.
Well, that explains No Coast.
Oh, and we blame them for everything, and we
He
blame
might
them.
be their dad.
Oh, I hope not. That would be awkward.
It's a possibility.
Sounds like we need a paternity test next season.
You guys were all sired by Flash, so I mean,
yeah, we love our dad. When we now have his head, which we're gonna be bringing to Rocket Pro shows, and we debuted it at IPW last month.
Right. And I challenged Flash for the alternative title, so I want a shot at your dad.
Oh,
everyone wants a piece of our dad.
Yeah,
that's how we came into the world.
Facebook, clap them cheeks. I don't know what that meant.
I'm gonna go get some beer. I'll be right back. I drank all my other ones.
My God, he's walking. Usually he's inanimate.
I'm surprised. Yeah, he was kind of like standing still, like the Statue of Liberty, which I will. While he's away, I'm gonna tell a really funny story. So, I help with the setups as well. So, I work with Bill. And Josh and I were working together one day, and we had that giant, like, I don't know what you would call it, the entranceway. Now it's already standing up, but Josh is like still holding it. And we're all looking at Josh trying to figure it out. And Bill's like, why is he standing there like the Statue of Liberty? So then he walked away. We're laughing. And then he comes back. He holds the Pepsi up like this. I lost it without even knowing what exactly he had no idea. And then we had to explain to him. And then that's why we have the Statue of Liberty. Josh means.
Statue of Cook.
That is charming.
But we also, well, actually, you know what? I'll wait for Gilla to come back. I hope he comes back soon because
I hope he doesn't.
This is an episode of a lot of surprises.
So what happened before I got here? Anything good happened before I got here?
No, it's just a bunch of us talking.
Okay. Well,
hey, way to bury the podcast, brother.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, it was a boring time.
Yeah, it wasn't that fun. I spilled my beer a little bit. I was mad about that. My floor is still wet.
When you're posting this, I would not lead with that headline.
Maybe not. the show was boring. Raves Danny.
That's bad.
Wouldn't be ideal, right, Tricky Nicky?
Right.
Tricky Nicky, do you got some magic tricks for us while we're waiting for Gila, who so rudely left the lovely Intoxicated
podcast?
Is your
name, Tricky Nicky? Are you absolutely tricky?
Very tricky.
You've been kind of quiet.
Well, got me on the spot here. I'm not. The magic's still loading. You
talk about your majestic beer.
Magic's still loading.
Wait,
what do you mean it's
you
loading?
know what? Here, I could do a little magic because I'm about to make an amphibian appear. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Rocket Pro Wrestling Chicagoland champion. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Nubby, the amazing turtle.
I know that guy.
Man, I can't believe Gila missed it. Nubby!
Nubby!
We know that guy.
What's up? What's up?
Hello. How are you, sir?
I am great. It feels like forever that I've seen your face.
I know. It's like Monday, right?
It might be Thursday. It might be Thursday. I don't know.
No, today's Wednesday.
It is? Damn.
It is.
I've been off all week, so it's really messing me up here.
I know. It's craziness. But, like, we have the 200th episode of JFW coming up on next Monday. So
where's it at? I can't tell. JFW. Am I doing it right? JFW.
Yep, you're doing it perfectly right.
Solid.
See, it looks different on my screen. Like I had, No.
It does. No. Yeah, it's just the mirrored effect.
It's the mirror, damn it.
Well, it's okay. We'll fix it in post. But
awesome.
What can we expect from the 200th episode of JFW?
Honestly, I say a lot of shenanigans. I mean, there's a lot now. I mean, oh crap! I see Steve.
Oh,
hi, Steve. Might have... So what it is, I don't have everybody's faces on here yet.
What's up?
And it just went to Steve. So now I skipped over this way. All right, cool. Hey, it's Gabagoul. Sorry, I'm a little
hey, easy.
A little bit
have your pizza crust where we can see him.
Gabagoul. I won't throw I haven't thrown my pizza crust down on the ground for a long time. You've been putting on match after match. You're a fighting champion. I think some other wrestlers need to take after you, man. You've been defending that belt how many times now?
Well, just one so far, but I mean that's more than I could say for most, but
more than Roman Reigns.
But technically 3 times if you count it each match separately. I mean, beat Sean Danger, I beat Renee Van Peebles, and then I survived Hot Rod Daddy Andy. So
quite a cast of characters.
Yeah.
Oh, hey Gila, you missed it. Turtle's here.
Hey, what's going on, Turtle?
What's up, buddy?
Sorry,
Mr. Coat Rack. Mr. Coat Rack.
Coat Rack. Light guy. But
sorry, my grandfather get in the house, so
not a problem, sir. Now we are on day, and don't tell me it's day 60 of the reign.
You are right.
So wow. We have him on 2 months to the day since he won the Rocket Pro Wrestling Chicagoland Championship.
Right.
And we will actually have one more surprise guest. We are waiting for this person to come on, but there is a main event of this episode. We are going to play a Rocket Pro Wrestling centric game of Quiplash. So has everybody here played any of the Jackbox games?
Dude, I'm 53. What the fuck are you talking about?
So I will explain it. So basically, it's like a computer game, and you use your phone. There's like a code that'll come up on the screen, and then like different prompts will come up related to Rocket Pro Wrestling, and you put in the funniest answers. So if you've ever played Cards Against Humanity,
okay, now I'm understanding.
Basically, it's like Cards Against Humanity, but the prompts the black cards are all prompts. So like they're Rocket Pro Wrestling.
Hey, I don't like that. All cards matter.
You're goddamn right.
But yeah, so basically it's like a digital version of Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah, this sounds complicated. I'm going to lose, and that'll be okay with me.
You'll do fine, Steve.
I mean,
your main event, Steve.
Two belts. Two belts, Steve.
Stevie 2 belts.
Stevie 2 belts.
Stevie
it's
2.
Taking off, Turtle.
And 60 days, Turtle.
I mean, one belt matters. The other one's like toilet paper, but hey. Still counts.
You know
It's a little bit more now. At least it looks nice.
Yeah.
Maybe Steve needs a third belt.
Ooh. I think I have the third belt for him.
No, it doesn't work. The battery's dead on it.
Yeah, you just need like a AA battery or something. It'll turn on.
Always charge your devices.
Yeah.
Hey, when it comes to maybe a third belt, you never know what may happen.
Turtle and I are trying to arrange a title versus title match.
Ooh.
How fun would that be?
Can we get that at Fall Brawl?
No, you cannot. That's going to happen in a street somewhere. By a sewer.
Cermak Road.
Right.
Chet's officiating.
Well, it can go down no other way. Podcast Papa. Nice.
What kind of host leads the show like this?
Yeah, what kind of host?
God, the driver is just. So now we're rolling down the street with nobody's hand on the wheel.
Hold on. You know what? I got
Gabagoul, take over.
Well, listen, we got a bus driver here by the name of Turtle. Now, Turtle, what happens if somebody doesn't listen to JFW? What should they go do?
Well, if somebody does not listen to the JFW show, well, it's simple. They can go fuck themselves.
Right,
you heard it right here on the LIM podcast.
Everyone write that down.
Write that
now,
down.
wait, was I not supposed to say the F word?
For the record,
no, you're good.
What, are the police going to show up?
Yeah.
Well, I did watch the very first episode, which seems to have been the highest episode yet. And I learned that you cannot say the F word on this show.
We get one per season. So don't fucking blow it, okay?
I screwed it up. But I'm old and I'm senile, so it's just like your grandfather at the home. That's what that is.
we throw those out the window.
Oh, Grandpa C-Red. Speaking of C-Red, what a guy. He's been around for years. I remember seeing him back in Windy City Pro back in the day. Were you, Steve or Turtle, were you guys ever at any of those Windy City shows?
That was before me. I didn't show up in the indie scene until I saw my first LWF show. That was my first exposure to the indies. And I think, wasn't at that point Windy City either kind of on its final lap or I thought it was kind of at the end of that, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere around there, I believe. My first show ever was MCW in 2001, but then I saw my first LWF show later that year. And Windy City was a thing. Like, it was still booming, but yeah, it was on its way out. But at that time, I did not know about Windy City. So I spent years not knowing anything about Chicago wrestling or even independent wrestling, period.
Yeah,
that's how far under the rock I was.
You were Elite Pro, so you got more than enough education there. At least that's what Paulie says.
Well, yeah, I got a lot of education there. But once I started going to, LWF and hanging out outside in the Middle Dome, I learned a lot. So
that was the primetime pimp era.
Yes, it was. It definitely was.
Good old PTP.
Oh man. And say the internet was what it is today, if it was back then, I would have been known as a keyboard warrior, but I really wasn't, because
you were.
Keyboard warriors hide behind the keyboard, and then when they go to shows, they hide in the back, kind of like VLAD did at shows. But me, I wore a fucking shirt that said Primetime Pimp on it, and I was sitting in the front row talking shit. So I allowed anybody to get in my face.
Now let's talk about that shirt. That shirt was a white Hanes undershirt that you wrote in black marker.
It was red. But yeah, I did that. Yes.
That is some fine merch.
I upgraded to a black shirt and painted it red. Kind of like this almost. But
I got you. Turtle, shut up. This is the LIM podcast, and we are talking way too much. So we're
silent. I am LIM. So
he is a member.
He is LIM, and I have returned. Did you guys see any fun pictures while I was away?
No pictures.
Podcast Papa is what I saw.
I am the podcast Papa.
There you go.
Because here's the thing: the entire LIM, they all call me the podcast Papa, right, guys?
I don't think I've ever called you that. I don't think I ever will.
Never.
Wouldn't it be cooler if you were called the Podfather?
Oh, that's Tony Gabagoul.
That's already. Oh, I think that's. But I think Conrad Thompson might sue us for that one, because I think that's what he's billed as.
Blue Chew. Make sure you chew your Blue Chew. Okay.
Is that a sponsor, Dad?
I'm Ric Flair's son-in-law. Chew Blue Chew.
Hey, that's what. Hey, Josh said that.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
What is this?
Wait, are you just reciting lines from? Anyway, Gila, you and Gabagoul. I think the point here is you guys need to just make peace, make amends, brother.
Listen, I will make amends with Gila once Damian Gray fights a clean match. How about that?
Hold on.
Oh, jeez.
Good luck with that one.
I got it. You know what? I got something.
It's the only way he can win.
I've been
kicking his ass since high school.
You know, I've been trying to be these two's therapist this whole day. All right. I think I know how we can mend.
This whole day, we've only been on for about an hour and 8 minutes.
You know what? It's been a whole day's effort for me. All right. These two haven't been putting it in, but I have. All right. Here's what we're going to do. All right. Gabagoul, Gia, we're going to sit down. We're going to talk it out in person.
We already tried that.
It was a disaster.
It's going to be at a different setting. All right. It's going to be at a Chinese buffet.
You know what?
Ooh.
Gabagoul.
Can I come?
I would like to come too. I like Chinese food.
All I have to say about that is fucking orange peel beef, okay?
Let's hear it. Well,
Gila has something to say.
You know, Gabagoul, I think I need to give you an ultimatum. Because I think you're a fake Italian.
Shit.
He didn't go there.
Either you
go there.
For a fake Italian, that accent's pretty good, though. Yeah. I'll give him that. So
thank you, Turtle. Thank you.
Call words from a short man, Gia.
Yeah, short in the pants Irishman.
Whoa.
Should call him Nubby if you know what I mean.
All right.
All right, easy there. But I don't think Gila's finished.
Oh, with that said,
he can't finish the job.
Either you go.
That's why he needs Blue Chew.
Or whatever it is that you're supposed to get to prove that, or leave LIM.
One more time. What'd you say?
I said you should get a DNA swab or whatever it is that you have to get to prove that, or leave LIM.
But here's the thing with that. If he leaves LIM, I don't have a co-host.
Well, then maybe I prove that I can be a better co-host than he is.
You think you can handle this?
Yeah.
You really do? Your mustache doesn't even connect.
Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there.
Is that what you tell your wife?
Oh, sorry, Gila. That was just really funny. But anyway,
I'll
drink to that.
You don't want the horns of the monster.
Right. Okay? How about this, Pac-Man?
The monster can't even reach my lower chin. I'm not scared.
Pac-Man, how about this? We'll give him next episode. He can be co-host with you.
You want to do that, Gila?
Yeah. Who's our next guest?
Well, I guess you're going to have to tune in next week to find out. But we do have another guest here on the Lovely Intoxicated podcast. And it is another member of the Lovely Intoxicated Men. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is Hot Rod Daddy.
It's the guy.
Hot Rod!
It's the guy.
There he is.
It's the guy.
Hot Rod, how goes it, brother?
My allergies are kicking my ass.
And your ass is broken.
And my ass, well, no, my ass is healing, so.
You know what? Now
that tell the fans about your ass, Hot Rod. What happened?
I should never have come up with a unique leg drop that dropped me on my ass on the concrete, and it seriously bruised my tailbone, on a week where I got 2 shows. So
very impressive shit.
It was when I thought it up, but execution after I hit it, I was like, hey, this hurts. Isn't that like half of wrestling though? It's like we think of cool shit, then we do it, and we're like, oh, the repercussions of it all.
I know that firsthand.
Yeah.
So we have Steve Aaron of the Power Hour. We have the Amazing Turtle of JFW, but also we have Hot Rod Daddy Andy, who is launching his own podcast.
Oh, now that you mention that, let me put that in the background. I'm gonna keep talking. Well,
so once you get this new background up, I want you to tell us a little bit about the Hot Rod Daddy Andy podcast, what we can expect, what it's going to be like.
Listen, when you're bringing Hot Rod Daddy Andy in here, you got to say it right. Hot Rod Daddy Andy, baby!
Hot Rod Daddy.
Baby. It worked.
Oh, it won't make it. It's so big. Why is it so big?
That's
I've heard that before.
That's what she said. I know
Yeah,
someone was
I've
going to
heard
do
that a
that.
couple times.
That's what
bastards.
Hot Double J Summer's all about. Is things too big, if you know what I mean.
Good problem to have.
Man.
I've heard
All right,
no
well,
complaints yet.
For some reason, the logo I've created is too big for whatchamacallit. So we're going to this one. Hot Rod Daddy Andy show. It was I mean, I kind of have a light schedule in the summer only because I'm really selective about the wrestling shows I go and do. So I figured I should do something to kind of keep myself entertained. The Hot Rod Daddy Andy show started originally as a podcast idea, but then I was like, oh man, Rachel already does a podcast with Steve here. And everyone I know that's a wrestler just does like a generic, let me sit down and talk with you podcast about stuff. So I'm like, I'm going to end up interviewing all the same people you guys interview, and it's going to be the same goddamn answers to the same goddamn questions. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do something just completely fucking different. I don't even know if I have the capabilities of doing this, but I'm going to try it anyway. But the Hot Rod Daddy Andy show is going to be a daytime talk show at night. That's the whole spiel of it all. So it's a daytime talk show that I'm going to host at night because I don't have the time during the day to shoot it. So it's all going to be shot at night, but it's going to be considered a daytime talk show. I'm going to have like actual physical live guests if I can get the people to come to the space that I'm going to have this in. And then I'll have digital guests as well. There's going to be like games and questions and just skits, random shit. I don't know if you've ever watched like Eric Andre or anything on Adult Swim or anything like that, but it's essentially going to be like that.
And where are people going to be able to find the Hot Rod Daddy Andy podcast?
Right now, YouTube. I'm gonna like splice all this. I'm trying to figure out if I'm even gonna do just an audio based one because I feel like this needs to be like visually seen to be enjoyed. But I'll have it in clips on like YouTube. I'll have the full show on YouTube. I'll have in clips on like TikTok, all social medias and stuff like that. There will be small things here and there thrown out throughout the week, leading up to the show, and then the show itself will be on YouTube.
Very good. Very good. And if you're a Rocket Pro fan and you like Hot Rod Daddy Andy, who I would say in all of our opinion is the Rocket Pro newcomer of the year. Would we say that, boys?
I'd have to agree with you, Pac-Man.
Unanimous.
That's an award?
That is an award.
It's a shoot.
We've got it written on the back of a beer napkin.
It is.
Oh,
it's
hell
true.
Yeah.
So I mean, that Rocket Pro Man promo, I mean, that's what I think hooked us all in. Just the big personality, and you back it up in the ring.
So funny enough with that promo, after I shot it, that was it actually supposed to be a one-off with Rocket Pro. So I did that promo, I did that match, and technically I wasn't supposed to be in Rocket Pro until this upcoming season. But Bill and Kevin invited me to come to a show. That's the show I sat with you guys. I think it was the February show, right?
I think so, yeah.
February show, I sat with you guys, and then I went to go talk with Bill, and Kevin just so happened to walk by, and Bill was like, hey, make sure you let him know about what's going on with the next show. And then Kevin was completely confused, like, oh, I didn't have him on the next show. And then Bill was like, you should get him on. We're gonna get this guy going. And then it all just kind of went from there. Now, like I said, I wasn't supposed to start till next season, but then kind of just after February, it was like, hey, Andy, you're on now. Let's go. Let's figure this out as we go along.
And we were so excited to see you a couple times this year, and even like seeing you at IPW where you're the Second City champion.
Yeah, funny enough, I Rion, if he watches this, he'll attest to this. But at the last show, again, I wasn't even supposed to have a match on the last IPW show, and I ended up being like the surprise opponent for Turtle. I completely forgot my belt because, like I said, I wasn't supposed to be on the show, so I was like, I'm not carrying this thing with me. So I kind of forgot that I was the Second City champion for that night.
Violated the rules. You're always supposed to have your gimmick with you at all times.
Hey, holding a belt is a new concept for me, Steve. I'm not used to it.
As for me as well.
I was going to say you have two, but I also have two. Oh, hold on. Stay. Keep talking, you guys. I'm going to grab it just so I can be like Steve.
Turtle,
No,
let me ask you something. So you've
Turtle.
tagged,
Be like
you've
Turtle,
tagged
be
with
like
Hot
Steve.
Rod. You've tagged with Hot Rod last month at Kicks on 66, and then you wrestled him at IPW at the most recent event. Tell us a little bit about what it's like to be his partner and then his opponent.
Great question.
That is a great question.
that's an awesome question.
I
That's a
guess you
co-host
could
question.
say. I guess you could say I'm like 2 for 2, or 2 and 2 if you think about it. Because I was his partner twice, and in a way I wrestled him twice. Because don't forget, it was a 5-man scramble when I won the belt, and he was in it. And we know the first time we teamed up, we already knew our shit. Like, I knew his shit, he knew mine, so he made it harder for me to win my belt.
Yeah.
And then shit, he made it harder to pin him, at IPW. We went to that time limit draw, but I wasn't about to, lose the belt either. So it's interesting how we meshed together.
Belts, baby. I
Got the belts. Like Arby's, we got the meats.
Yeah, we got the medal.
The lovely Intoxicated podcast. We have the champs.
The
Got
champs.
You know what? Every guest we got on right now, golden.
This is the most metal ever. On this podcast, the most metal ever.
Most metal.
There
I'm
you
trying
go.
to scrap my belts together.
Not to like brag or anything, but
What do you have to brag about?
I was the senior code official and I got to hold every belt at the last show. So
That's fair. That's true.
Wasn't that a Make-A-Wish thing?
Yeah, it's a Make-A-Wish thing. I got to wear my coat on my head.
Oh, no. It's an impersonation. My God, he's like Caliendo.
Have you seen is it Frank Caliendo doing Jesse Ventura?
Oh no, it was Karrion Kross.
Oh, I saw that. That was fucking great.
That was great. Is that? We have a Rosie cameo.
Well, now we know who let the dogs out.
It was my dogs are going nuts. Sorry.
That's crazy. They saw you bring out the belt and they're like,
They saw the belts and they were like, "Yo, what the fuck the gold father?"
Goldfather, that's your nickname.
Ooh, I like it.
Father, Daddy Andy. I'll take it.
So I'm gonna fire up this game of Quiplash.
This is gonna go so badly for us.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be so much fun.
You are relying on technology, and I am old. I can't guarantee this is gonna work.
Hey, I believe in you, Steve. I believe in you.
I believe I can fly.
Joey Roth belt on the line.
I don't want it.
It's going to be on the line in any game
Actually,
show we play from now
it's
on.
not the Joey Roth title anymore. I've rechristened this title the Ding Dong the Witch is Dead title.
Oh, treat it.
I'm going to invite you as a guest on my show here officially, and we'll put that on the line in a game show. Whoever wins takes it home.
Andy, I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of thinking we should Facebook Live our 5-hour journey on Saturday.
Yeah, probably.
You, me,
There's
and
going to be a lot of
for
information.
5 hours. What could possibly go wrong?
Mark's going to be with us too, right?
Yeah, you, me, and Muggsy.
Oh boy,
it'll definitely beat our car ride down south.
Well, we were dealing with the elements in our car ride. Plus, we were going to a place where we knew things weren't going to go well for us.
Yeah,
Right.
the official car debut of the Filthy Daddies.
The Filthy Daddies debut. Who
Woohoo.
doesn't love that fucking name?
I love that name.
That was a good name.
Let's be honest.
am I missing anything here?
He's frantically trying to get this thing to work.
All right, so we're gonna. Oh wait, 1 second.
Whoa, Quiplash.
Jesus Christ, what happened?
Technology.
Turtle,
I
I
never
can't
seen
do this on Zoom. Why is he better than me?
All right,
I've never seen this before.
So all that you need to do, if you have a phone,
I do.
you'll
Hey,
go to
Pac-Man.
Jack. Yes, sir.
Mute the game.
Mute it.
Yeah, mute it.
All right.
That's the music Turtle hears in his head when he's walking around his life.
Yeah, I'm the vice.
So what do I have to do if I have?
So what you got to do is you enter the room code, which is SJSV. Go to your browser and go to jackbox.tv, and then you'll be prompted to enter the room code and your name.
So
I don't have my computer for this right now.
All good.
So wait, yes I do.
I go to a Jackbox website. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, it's jackbox.tv.
And that's the room code. SJZS. Okay.
Okay, so I'm okay. So enter 4-letter code. Where's that?
The room. It's
SJSV.
it's the room code. It's SJSV.
SJSB. Enter my name. Okay. So far, so good. I'm not dead yet.
I feel kind of stupid trying to do this.
That's because you are.
Hey, be nice. He's gonna be the co-host next week.
You hear that, Pac-Man? Hey, Pac-Man, did you hear that? You call him stupid.
Hey,
now, do I play at this point?
Yes.
Yeah, just hit play and then it'll be on the screen.
Oh, I have to put the fence off my face. Log in.
You said the room is S as in Sam, J as in John, S as in Sam, B as in boy.
V is in Victor.
Victor and Nestra.
SJSV.
Yeah, main event, Steve.
Ooh, there it is. Over here.
Hot Rod, are you joining this?
Yeah.
Look at my character is Vlad Bladder.
Ha! Oh my God, he stole the show at Night of the Super Wrestlers.
That night was amazing.
I mean, except for me kicking over your beer, Steve, which, by the way, I still am sorry for.
Oh, hey, it's Duke Laserfist, baby!
And I'm going to be in the audience.
Why don't you sit there and tell them what your first instinct was?
So it's not to have the floor mopped up. It's, oh shit, Steve needs another beer.
I appreciate that. That was very congenial of you. All right, I gotta put the gold down so I can focus on this game for a minute.
That's what I did.
Is everybody ready?
Oh, by the way, Wrestle League rules, just so you know.
All right.
Good shirt.
All right, Danny. Once everybody's ready, we'll have Danny hit everybody's in. Is everybody ready?
Everybody's
ready. I was born ready.
Sit back and relax.
No, yep. I said, are you ready?
And if you're not down with that, well, then we have 2 words for you.
Gilla sucks.
Hot summer.
Dude. Double J hot summer.
Whiplash 3.
Number 3. God, the 3rd edition. The claymation is crazy.
Is this going anywhere fast?
Going somewhere.
Oh, 1.
The guys are probably talking. They're probably explaining the game and you muted it, Pat.
Come on, Pac-Man.
Big old splashy number 1.
Number 1.
Pointer. Okay.
Back on Whiplash 3.
Okay, so you're going to be writing your answers on your device for the different prompts.
Are there 45 questions?
No. You have 45 characters.
Oh, okay. Jesus Christ.
No, this isn't like an SAT or anything, Steve. Don't worry.
I didn't bring my number 2 pencil.
So we just put our answer and submit?
Yep.
What's the question?
It'll pop. It'll be on your. If you check on your phone, it'll pop up.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at the screen, going, "What's happening?"
I'm just answering questions. Here we go.
For these, okay.
The clay just pulsating in the background. This makes for great listening for the audio listeners out there.
Agreed.
I'm assuming you guys are part of the latest, thing. How's it taking some of y'all so long? Steve, this is literally about you.
What is it? I'm still on question 1.
Dang it. I didn't finish mine.
I only got one. Now I'm gone. I only answered one fucking question.
Steve is the only one right.
I don't even know what's happening.
Now you vote for which.
I wanted to answer that. That sucks. Okay. Now I understand that it has to be quick.
And then you vote on the winners as well.
Yeah.
Wait, how do I winner though?
Oh, you just click on the one you like. Keep looking at your phone, and you should be good.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Turtle wants to show.
That answer is easy.
That's a very easy answer.
There's only one answer to that one, fellas.
Get him, Turtle.
Dude, but can you come out to the ring with pizza? Like, can we get a beggar sponsor here?
Captain Dave will cook it for you.
It's funny. I had beggars a little while ago.
That's the only answer possible. Joey Ross, bald spot.
Yeah, what the fuck, Danny?
For pizza.
Listen, man, I love me a good slice of pizza, all right?
Okay, it's got to be eliciting dating advice, right?
No, it's illicitly dating, like she's going out with the bottle.
Oh, she dates the water bottle. Oh, crap, I didn't get the answer.
How do you guys like my answer, though?
I like it.
Well, we didn't
I
like it
liked
because
it.
no one picked it, Gila. Shut up.
I picked it.
Shut up, Danny.
All right.
Oh, that's easy. Joey sucks.
That's very easy.
That's an easy one.
Danny, if you wrote double champ, I'm gonna come over to your house.
You know what? I thought about it. It was good, but it wasn't as good as Joey's.
Laser fist. Damn you straight to hell.
Oh, hey, yeah,
I'm putting you on the luggage rack.
Any relation to Coat?
Answer that.
Steve was us.
I didn't finish.
It's fucked up, guys.
Superman. Da-da!
Everyone's gonna answer the same thing.
I thought it was Steve was sexy. That's what gets me there every week, every month.
Steve was us.
Lord, I knew everyone was gonna answer that. Oh,
Yeah.
what? Hey.
Got some points there.
Steve was S. No answer.
I'm going with no answer.
They started the podcast because Rocket Pro closed down for the summer. Rocket Pro, please open back up for the summer, please.
Oh, wait, that's their old.
Damn,
But not the funny part.
Aw, damn.
Aw, damn.
Damn.
No good answer.
There clearly was a good answer.
It's the hat trick. They got it all.
Oh, Quiplash.
Way to go, Turtle.
Turtle's the Quiplash champion.
Toll.
What the hell is Toll?
I did not get to finish my prompt.
Is that like menage a trois? Is that what that is?
What?
I'm not too sexy for this twat.
What does just toi mean now?
I'm just answering. I think trois is the right answer.
I think twat is the answer.
Gotta be.
Oh, man.
The tie.
We're divided between-
Oh, the twat takes it.
The trois wins.
Twat. The twat.
I didn't even need to finish my answer to win. I'm so good.
Toi. Dude, dead last.
Oh, look at
I
that.
feel like I need another round. I didn't realize that I had to answer so quickly.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, there's going to be
Oh,
two
you got
more
it. You got
rounds.
another one.
All points
We're
are
double
double.
time.
Doubled. All right.
Let's get it, boys.
Oh God.
Okay, now that I understand this, it's a little easier.
I'm proud of you, Gila.
Oh, do I? Oh.
I forget that the music's not on because I want to hear all your beautiful voices. So how about them Bears, huh?
Dude, football's out of season.
Hey, it's coming back.
Baseball season, brother.
Yeah.
It is baseball season. Last
But
thing
no
I
one follows the Cubs or the White Sox. They're both not good.
You're
Hey, the White
Orioles.
Sox are really good at fueling by
I
alcoholism.
feel like I got screwed again. I was only able to answer 2 questions this time.
That's all you get.
Yeah, you did good then.
Oh, so there's only 2 questions?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, here I was rushing through my goddamn answers because I thought I was going to have to answer 6.
Heck yeah, I'm an Orioles fan, by the way, and they're like the second best team in baseball.
They're also the first team no one's ever heard of.
Best team ever, baby.
I mean, I've used them as an MLB The Show franchise team before. They're not bad.
I love that. I love that
Oh,
game.
here we go.
I play it religiously.
Oh, what the fuck?
That was easy.
Wait till you see which one I answered for. Do you guys know who I actually am on? I can't tell.
Oh,
Sorry, Gila.
I'm not sorry.
That's okay, Double J. It's all right.
I don't need your apology.
Oh, that's very easy.
Oh, that's an easy one.
Yeah, very easy.
It's pretty much what he does best out of everything.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I
It has nothing to do with hair products.
you gotta
Or
swear if I'm
maybe
the
it
only
does,
one.
strangely.
I knew it would be alone.
Yeah,
Oh man, Eric Schultz can win
Oh,
lawsuits.
no, he can't.
Whatever.
Love doesn't fit.
I
Must
know.
have
I
quit.
know. Looked at my computer and did this one. I chose well.
You must have quit.
Schultz cannot
Screw
squeeze the
all of
juice.
you. Screw all of you.
It's okay, Gia. Just
Screw
be
you,
funny.
Gabagoul.
I've already blamed him for this one.
I think we all have.
A real pain in the ass.
Yeah, they're a real pain in the ass.
Yay!
Nice, dude.
Boo.
Answer didn't show up. What the fuck?
Could that be foreshadowing to this title match between Steve and Hot Rod?
Y'all are clever with these answers, damn it.
No one should want to get a Gary.
I agree.
Doesn't want to hang out with Quinn.
Hey, the only reason I voted for Gary, Indiana, because it's the home of the LRP network. Right, Turtle?
One of their homes.
The hell is LRP?
Oh, excuse me.
Viagra is the only actual answer that should have been written.
He did say he was going out.
These were both good, and whoever typed that other one out, they had very quick hands to type. Good job.
I didn't see half these questions.
On Double J.
I think you give 2 answers, and then the rest of us fill out the other
Yeah,
ones.
and then we vote.
I've been told I have very dexterous hands.
Ooh.
But you see the-
Or fixing this.
Oh, what? Dude.
Oh.
Yeah, turd bucket.
I was the swing vote.
You're saying you're a swinger, Pat?
You know, Canadians love me.
I'm gonna take it. Gabagoul didn't get this question.
Canada on strike.
Oh my god! Wow, that's a lot of restraint.
I can't say it on this podcast, Pat.
Fair enough.
Why the fuck not?
We don't want to get canceled yet.
Well, Jesus fucking Christ. I didn't know you could get canceled. Just drop every cuss word we can.
It's worse than a
Damn.
Oh, I'm coming at you, turtle.
Get out of the basement of this damn crap.
Come and get me.
Thriplash.
Thriplash. All right.
3 lines that'll show how Thriplash works. Funny response. Funnier response. Nail the callback.
So it's like a list.
That's for you, audio listeners. Enjoy that.
Yeah, it's like a list, audio listeners. Love you to death.
Audio listeners, if you hear this, this is some ASMR from the LIM. Oh man, I didn't make that slurp loud enough for ASMR. So, does anybody want to do ASMR? Oh wait, you guys are answering questions.
Welcome to the LIM ASMR podcast. All we do is make mouth sounds.
That's weird.
Anybody got pickles? I could seriously crown chop.
Why do we need some pickles,
That's a very
dude?
personal question.
Yeah.
Adam Cole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adam Cole was pinning MJF and
Cactus!
Spoilers!
Cactus!
We love you, Rachel.
love you too, Stevie Q-Bell and the LIM.
Dude, everyone
love
got
you,
you.
Rachel.
Every done with spoilers for AEW. I haven't got a chance to watch that yet.
Okay. Sorry. I was excited.
I'm going.
I got a spoiler. There's probably an announcement this week.
Oh God. Hi, Rosie.
I never saw that question.
Come on,
I
guys.
think we got different.
What?
Dude.
Come on, Rosie. Let's go. Yeah.
Dog's going crazy.
Flammy. Not Flammy.
Not Flammy.
The Flammy.
Not, dude.
Quinn hit him with the Flammy.
Dude, hit him with the Flammy.
There you go, Laser Fist.
Flammy. Is that like short for like flame ass salami or something?
Yeah, you know it.
Oh, here we go.
Job title. That sounds too good to be true. RPWGN Senior Foot Official Steve Chair. I am job.
Those are both
Clearly,
great answers.
audio listeners know
That can
what
go
I
either way.
No, it can only go one way. I am job.
Y'all
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't believe I voted for you.
suck. What, for me?
Yeah.
It's okay. You knew it was me and you wanted to.
Pride.
What the fuck?
Just come to Fit Body You. That's what Nicky will do to all of you. Those
I
three.
want to know who wrote the.
On the next podcast, you get like all the jacked people you
Damn
can
it,
get, like
Gabagoul, I
Mark
voted for yours
and
too.
Garrison
So
Creed.
Garrison Creed.
Get like all the super ripped people to be on the podcast next, so they can just sit there and flex muscles like.
well, this should be good.
Oh, I didn't get to read the question.
Everybody should be doing their Tic Tacs at this point.
Pay your Tic Tacs.
Actually,
no.
I'm eating avocado toast on my days off.
And we should not ruin Christian Rose's values.
Ooh. Nope.
Ah,
Those damn values. right.
God damn.
Who won?
Well, it looks like not me.
Not me.
Oh, Gabagoul from behind.
Fucking Gabagoul in his shitty crown fucking wins. Hey.
My game was broken.
Steve couldn't type.
It was rigged. It was rigged.
Rigged game. Direct. All right. So that was.
Who the fuck was
Whiplash.
Warren Arnold?
That was actually fun.
Steve, how was your first Quiplash experience?
I certainly enjoyed it.
Good.
He's going to do it on the Power Hour now.
No, I'm not going to. Are you kidding me? Bad things keep happening on the Power Hour.
Too much technology. We don't need more hours on the Power Hour.
No, we don't need more hours.
It'll become the Power Day.
It's kind of like the gorilla position. Started out with what hour and a half, and then
it started
almost
off
3 hours.
5 minutes. 40. We were pushing.
That's
3:05. It was ridiculous.
Crazy.
It all circles back, Steve.
It all circles back.
Mm-hmm. Well, I told everybody on Facebook that I have a major announcement, and since I have everybody on, I think I'm going to make it. I just want you to know that I made a major purchase recently, and it was another 24-pack of Old Style.
Okay.
Oh my God!
It was a huge announcement, right? I built it up.
That's a good.
To the bit.
Lackluster and not impressed.
Take that, Tony Khan.
Take that. That's the biggest purchase.
Wait, if you're
I've
going to do
ever
it the
made.
Tony Khan style, you have to sit directly in front of the camera.
Like this.
Completely like wide eye, like, I just bought
I just bought a 24 rack of.
I
Old
just
Style.
bought a 24-pack of Old Style, and the receipt doesn't say Shay.
All I can say is,
did you win that on
bad that you were that close.
What's that, Gila?
Did you win that on Supermarket Sweep or something? Like,
I bought it.
I went to the grocery store and bought it. What the fuck are you talking about?
I went to.
It's such a nuts. It's just a nuts thing that you can buy beer at grocery stores out here.
Dude, I know it's crazy.
I went to every Jewel out here in the north looking for it, and I finally found it.
You're in the south.
No, but this is Josh was looking for Chet at every Jewel out here in the north.
Yeah,
Remember
remember Double J? That was me and you looking everywhere in the north.
That's why we didn't find him, because you said it was north, but we were in the south.
You guys gotta learn directions, man.
Oh man,
Yeah.
That's what I get for following this second in command.
because he probably didn't go to Boy Scouts or Cub Scouts or whatever it was. You know.
Well, you obviously didn't either.
Did
you need a compass when you have like Google Maps?
Hey, who needs a compass when you have never eat soggy waffles?
Yeah.
Think about that.
That's gonna
Don't
cause
say
me to
true,
ponder.
Gilla. You got us lost.
And then you found me.
I couldn't find the North Star. Damn it!
It was daytime, you idiot.
It makes sense why you couldn't find it. Actually,
Maybe you told me that big yellow ball wasn't the North Star.
Dude, his geometric map was all fucked up. He did get it from like the 2000s, which no one cares about stars anymore.
Fair.
Unless you're into like moon rocks and shit.
I have the Stone of Prague. It's not a moon rock.
Whoa, I've created a gap behind me on the video, y'all. I'm fucking warping.
dude, you're bending space time right now.
Bending time and space, son of a bitch.
Hot Rod has ascended.
I knew I should have turned that power glove off.
Level up.
And
my ass is broken.
This is broken.
But progress. Like yesterday, I could not stand or sit correctly. Today, I'm able to stand up and sit with no problem. Kind of.
It's going to be a long sit Saturday morning.
Yeah, and I got to wrestle Friday. So I got to wrestle Friday and Saturday. Yep.
Oh, boy.
You know, Hot Rod, the only advice I can give you is really stretch out your ass, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turtle, stretch out his ass.
I'm going to go eat a bunch of Chipotle. That'll help me.
Yeah.
That's my true weakness. If you guys, if any other wrestler watches this, if you get in the ring with Chipotle and make me eat it, I'm fucking done. Like I'll leave that ring. You'll win by count out, or if you come into the ring with a pineapple. That's why I can't fight the pineapple. I'm not allowed to fight that pineapple. You know, the one that pops up at IPW sometimes. Treetop. I can't fight Treetop.
Are you also allergic to pineapples?
Saying you're allergic to pineapples?
Yep.
I am too.
Hey, weird ass allergies.
Yeah, the last time I had pineapples, I had to remodel my downstairs bathroom. My dad said it looked like the exorcism down there.
Last time I had a pineapple, my throat closed up and I had to go to the hospital.
That's no bueno.
Last time
it was in fruit juice, so I can't drink fruit juice anymore.
Last time I had a pineapple, I found out a sponge and a snail was living in it.
Oh my god!
It was kind of
God
awkward.
damn it, SpongeBob!
Yeah.
But in any case, this is what you can expect on the lovely Intoxicated podcast. You never know who's going to show up. And we had 3 surprise guests today. We had main event Steve Arent. We had
Stevie Two Belts.
Stevie Two Belts.
VHS.
We had the Chicagoland champion,
Tortoise,
the Amazing Turtle, on here before we even had Travis T on here. Hi, Travis. Whoever that is.
I don't know.
Hey, remember that fan mail? Are you dating that girl, whatever her name is? What's her name? Nobody?
Her?
Turtle, we got some fan mail from an anonymous fan just by the name of T, and he asked Double J, are you still dating or are you dating that girl with the goofy ass name?
What's her name, Nubby?
Hey, are we dating?
Is she there?
Wait, is she there?
Is she there?
Are we getting an exclusive on the lovely Intoxicated podcast? Where is she?
She's reading my book. Leave her alone.
I see her.
Do I see an arm?
I see an arm.
She's got an arm. You know what that means.
Hey, Travis, that's why she can't respond to your messages. She's a little busy.
Yeah.
Treated, Travis.
Wow. We have just taken a left turn at good taste.
That's what you can expect from the lovely Intoxicated
and
podcast.
Apparently the hot summer.
Good old hot Double J summer.
How many more? I'm sorry, Double J. How many more buttons do you have?
I have none buttoned anymore.
Steve, you got any?
The ladies go wild.
We're one. I need to stand up, and then this goes to a pay-per-view kind of stream, if you know what I mean.
Oh boy.
You don't need that happening.
Not yet.
That's called only limb.
I get it.
That's our next project. That's our next week's
Yeah,
announcement.
that'll be in the calendar when we.
I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
You guys are doing a calendar too. I was planning on doing a calendar.
Dude, we should do a calendar, guys.
I want to be Mr. July.
Calendar.
Can I be Mr. July?
No.
No, okay, no. It would make sense for you to be Mr. July because it's in the smack dab in the middle of hot Double J summer.
Exactly.
Actually, you know what? No, the LIM calendar will just be. It'll be hot winter, Double J winter. So hot Double J spring, hot Double J summer, and hot Double J fall. So it'll just be a hot Double J calendar.
Yeah.
But
I've got outfits for every occasion.
Are they all firemen's outfits?
Buy the calendar and you'll find out.
This is taking a disturbing
turn. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Steve,
it's only disturbing if you let it, Steve. Embrace it. I am.
Steve, do you got any events coming up? You got any events coming up?
Do I have events?
P-Ax. Yes. Let's hear your events that are coming up.
Boy, we got a lot of stuff coming up. Tomorrow, Saturday, Frontline Pro in Unity, Wisconsin, with the Hot Rod Daddy and the Muggsy James, and Walk is going to be there, and the Bros are going to be there. There's a lot of people going to be there.
Basically, all of Wrestle League.
It is a Wrestle League thing, and I get to do commentary for them for the first time, so I'm excited about that. The following week, Turtle, we got SCW on the 24th, right?
Yes, we do, and then IPW on the 25th.
Who do I get to defend my title against? I can't wait.
Rod, what events you got coming up?
I don't know if you guys can hear that, but my dogs are singing in the background.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Lord.
Rod, what events do you have?
Are you sure that Roxy and Joey haven't stopped by?
They heard that I want the belt. I need all the belts. I'm not that weird Conor McGregor flash art. Give me your belts.
Give me your belt.
Give me a belt.
Give me a belt.
Andy, I told you to take that microphone out of their bedroom.
I'm going to start eating the belts. I'm going to give me the belt.
Turtle, besides the 200th episode of JFW coming up, what else you got going on?
Well, Steve said it. We got SCW on the 24th and then IPW on the 25th. June has been a very slow month, which I actually can't complain. I needed the little rest after Hot Rod Daddy Andy whooped my ass. So
you punched me with the laser fist, you jerk.
You gave me the shell shock.
Yeah, it was cool.
And you gave me the stunner.
I'm like a soft shell turtle.
Rod, I think July should pick up. So
a lot in July, yeah, that's for sure.
Excellent. And Rod, besides Frontline and IPW, do you got anything else coming up?
I got the podcast coming in July. I've got a date nailed down. Got some other pretty big stuff that's about to happen that I'll have information on next week. I'll post that up. Steve, I'll probably end up telling you about it on Saturday.
I will look forward to that.
Yeah, it involves Homewood. So
it's a town in town, baby.
That ought to be pretty awesome. And if it comes to fruition, then I'm going to be very busy. So we'll see. Yeah, not a lot. Like just the front line, and I've got the IPW thing, and then it's just a lot of gym time and working on this show because got to try to keep myself busy.
About ass restoration.
See what?
Don't forget about ass restoration.
Yeah. I'll get to actually relax my ass, which I need because I've not realized it, but I've been running like fucking crazy since I actually started doing this character. Like there's not been a lot of time off, so I kind of enjoy not working.
Well, hey, Pac-Man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Did you watch the Power Hour?
I did. I watched it this week. Yep.
You watched the whole thing?
The whole thing.
Did you hear who next week's guest is?
It's Nuke.
Aha.
Yep.
So you're missing Rocket Pro Wrestling, are you? We got what you need.
I can't wait for that episode.
Rocket in the summer. And then do you want me to give you a little bit of a sneak preview of the week after that?
Go for it.
Ooh. Power Hour will be not on Tuesday, the 27th. It will air on Wednesday, the 28th.
Okay.
And our guest will be the Honorable John Bullard, who has a very important announcement. You won't want to miss that. It changes lives.
Can't wait for that.
So that happened here. I gave you privileged information right here, P-Ax, because I love the LIM.
And we love you, Steve. And, honestly, you had us on your show in January, and this show would not exist without you, without Nubby, without Hot Rod, without the support and love of all the boys in the back that give us little feedback, that support us. So we're just incredibly grateful for all the love you guys have shown us this first year that we've been doing LIM like this. So just want to say thank you to you guys.
We need shirts, man. Get some shirts made.
It is a top. Okay, so this is legit.
We spent our shirt money on beer.
Yeah,
That's where that old style
that's the legit thing that I was building up to.
Beer and directions.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, we appreciate you coming on and supporting LIM. And everybody needs to listen to the Power Hour. Everyone needs to definitely listen to JFW, or you know what you can do.
You can go fuck yourself.
Exactly. And when When Hot Rod drops
say
his
that now.
podcast, you better be listening because
I want to see the Hot Rod Daddy Eddie show. You're the brand new Ellen.
I'm trying to be like Sally Jesse Raphael or like Jerry Springer. If I could become the Jerry Springer of video podcasts here in Illinois, I'd have so much fun.
I think we can make that happen.
Yeah.
I'm actually going out to the the thrift store because it's where I live to find a nice suit jacket to chop the arms off of, so I can have a tank top suit jacket. And I got to find.
I'm gonna do an homage to Jerry Springer. Just remember, the bodyguard was Steve.
Ah.
Hey, that could be a good idea because I kind of need help technologically how to figure out how I'm going to shoot this. So that could be arranged.
I'm a hop skip from Crete, my friend.
Yep, you're not far. I'm actually like for that whole thing, I'm legitimately like looking for like shitty furniture that I could set up in a space. I have the space, but I got to find like a couch, a side chair, and like a crappy desk for me to sit behind. I might even get like a stick microphone. I'm going all out for it visually. Like I want to make it look like the most hilarious thing ever, and it's gonna be more than just wrestling. So comedy is my forte. I can also wrestle pretty decently. Like I can definitely wrestle pretty decently, but comedy is what I like doing.
Well, we appreciate you, Rod. We appreciate you, Turtle. And Steve, we appreciate the hell out of you too, brother. So, Pac-Man, what do you say? We close the tab on this episode?
Wait, wasn't there something you wanted to talk about? Wasn't there some match that you wanted to discuss from like 1997? You started talking about it.
Yeah. Thanks for reminding me. So back in 1997, there was a match. Do we have time for this?
Yeah.
We can
make time.
Make time for it.
Yeah, there was a match at Survivor Series 1997.
Okay, you know what? I don't think we got time for that. That's a whole can of worms. So I think it is time to close the tab on this episode.
You tease.
Well, we'll get there eventually. What
happened in 97?
On the next episode of LIM, figure out what happened in Survivor Series 1997. It's like Dragon Ball Z.
We won't get that because Gabagoul won't be here next week, but maybe the next time.
Next time.
You'll be there, and you know who else will be there, Gila? You know who you're interviewing?
Who are we interviewing?
I wasn't ready to reveal it yet when you asked earlier, but I can tell you now that our next guest is Gunner Brave.
Ooh.
So
he's gonna jump on you.
So Gila, be ready for that.
I'm more than ready.
Don't fuck it up.
Yeah, don't fuck it up.
Don't screw it up.
Fuck it up.
Don't fuck it up.
Yeah, don't fuck it up, bud.
Hey,
well, don't you have
a
DNA swab to go take?
You want to rephrase that?
Oh, he left.
All right,
You went to go take the DNA test.
Yeah.
Turns out he's 100% gabagool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Lovely Intoxicated podcast. Good night, everybody.
Cowabunga.
Yeah. Gabagool.
Stay in your lane, pal.
This ain't the Dan Ryan.